You've probably seen the two extremes at the local gym. On one side, someone is heaving massive weights every day, yet their arms never seem to change. On the other, there's someone lifting much lighter loads, but their sleeves are practically bursting. This common mistake is called the cheat curl. It happens when a weight is too heavy for the arm to lift on its own, so the lifter uses a violent swing of the hips and torso to actually get the weight moving. This diagram shows what happens inside the body during that swing. Once the weight starts flying, the stress shifts away from your biceps. Instead, the load lands squarely on your lower back and the front of your shoulders. I'm sharing this for educational purposes to help you train better. If you're just starting out, or if you feel sharp pain in your joints, you should consult a medical professional or a certified trainer. It's easy to think that feeling sweaty and exhausted means you've had a productive session. But that tiredness is often just the result of chaotic effort. To actually grow, you have to trade that momentum for strict mechanical control. Think of your arm as a structure with specific zones. This blueprint shows the main bicep, shoulder connection, and deeper muscle. The first block is the stretch. Position your arm behind your body, and the bicep elongates like a stretching rubber band. Starting a curl from this position puts the muscle under the highest possible tension. That deep stretch sends a clear signal to your body that it needs to start building more tissue. The next block is control. This split screen shows why many lifters fail to isolate the muscle. On the left, the body naturally leans back to find an easy way out. On the right, the arm is wedged against a pad, locking the rest of the body out. Bracing your elbow against a bench removes your ability to cheat. It takes away the swing, forcing the arm to work in isolation. By combining a deep stretch with a locked elbow, you close off every mechanical shortcut. You are leaving the bicep with no choice but to perform the entire lift on its own. To add width, we look at the brachialis, a muscle sitting directly underneath the main bicep. Target it with a hammer grip, palms facing each other. As that lower muscle grows, it pushes the main bicep up, creating a taller, thicker arm. Using this vertical grip builds up your forearms and grip strength. That makes your hands reliable for heavy pulling exercises, like rows or pull-ups. But the best exercises won't work if the effort is missing. Your body is naturally efficient and prefers to stay small to save energy. To force a change, you have to move the dial into this pulsing red adaptation zone. You'll know you're there when the weight starts to feel incredibly heavy, and your speed slows down, and you aren't sure if you can finish the last movement. This is the point where you've finally convinced your body that it isn't strong enough yet. The blueprint only works if you provide the necessary intensity. You have to cross that threshold of effort to trigger the biological process of growth. To keep that growth happening long-term, you need a progression system. This checklist highlights the golden rule. Hit your full goal of repetitions with perfect form before you ever increase the weight. For example, if you lift 15 pounds for 8 reps today, your only goal for next week is to hit 9 reps with that same 15 pounds. This slow, tracked approach keeps you honest. It stops you from rushing into heavy weights that force you back into those chaotic swings and bad habits. While you push yourself, pay close attention to your joints. If you feel a sharp pinch or a persistent ache in your elbow, it means the weight is being carried by your tendons rather than your muscles. You can fix this by slightly adjusting your grip, lowering the weight, or doing fewer sets. It is never worth training through sharp joint pain. I have a challenge for you this week. Pick just one of these adjustments, like locking your elbows or using a hammer grip, and apply it to your very next workout. Don't worry about changing everything at once. Building a strong physique is the result of stacking these small, tracked wins week after week. If this helped you understand your training better, subscribe for more guides, and tell me in the comments which exercise has been the hardest for you to master.